daughter. You're just in time. No, daughter, it's too late.
No.
A little water, perhaps.
You must rest.
No rest yet. The great serpent has sent for me.
No, please.
All these years, waiting for someone to take my place. There's no one left but you.
I don't believe.
You're of this modern world, trained for the future when man will wake up to the network of his own mysticism. You believe that?
I believe in extrasensory perception, in mental telepathy, in all extensions of the mind. But I don't
Believe in witchcraft.
Its roots are in the past.
Where can you find roots but in the past? How can a tree grow without roots? How can you deny your own destiny? Yours is the gift of giving, Vanjie. Don't deny that.
I don't want it.
You can't escape it.
Let me get your pills.
I'm beyond the world of mortal men. They can no longer help me. Let me speak these truths before I have to leave. On Mal Jardin, the devil is loose again.
Yes.
Your minister will be sent for. The forces of evil have drawn a battle line between God and the devil.
And don't forget the dry ice, Guido. We must make every precaution. Yes, I know, but we can take no chances. If the cryonics capsule should spring a leak, or the helium tanks, Erica must be protected. Now, you can turn over the boat's engines. I'll be with you in a few minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Allison. Did you sleep well?
It's the first restful sleep I've had since I've been here.
Likewise. I think the first since Erica's death. Dreamless and soundless.
No dreams for me either. Oh, it's a good feeling. If that's possible in this house.
I know what's eased my mind. Knowing that for a while you'll be staying here.
Well, I'm not sure my decision has been a sensible one.
Allison, you have no idea what it means to me.
Well, I'm a doctor. I have a much better idea than you think. But if I am to stay, you must make me some promises.
Promises?
Quite a few.
Don't be a fool, Jean-Paul.
Leave me alone.
Oh, no. Not now. Not now.
What's wrong? Are you ill?
No, nothing. Just a slight twinge. Now, what promises?
Well, first, my father must be notified of Erica's death.
Very well. I'm sure that when he knows the circumstances, he will agree with me it was merely a technicality. Perhaps we can coax him into helping with her resurrection.
I think you'll find that my father knows the cryonics is a far-off dream.
Well, there's always a beginning. Aren't you proud that your sister is one of its pioneers?
Don't talk like that.
Are you afraid of the facts, Allison? Or don't you understand them?
I don't understand you. I'm a fool to stay here.
Oh, come now, Allison. I think the unusual circumstances have us both a little upset.
Death is not an unusual circumstance.
But if this death should ever leak to the press, the attendant publicity makes me a very dead duck. Now, my plan is to defeat death.
Defeat it?
Well, science has already succeeded. Kidneys, heart, teeth transplants. Why, there's even been a brain transplant in Yugoslavia.
I know. Pavlovic. With embryo chicks. But not people. Not quite the brave new world yet.
Well, how can you, a doctor, deny me the hope that one day it soon will be? After all, I have all the resources under my control.
Perhaps. Well, you may have charmed me, but what about the others? Mrs. Marshall, Tim, Holly. You can't keep them here forever.
I don't need forever, Allison. Yes, Keto. Ah, yes. I'll be right down.
So again, I've lost the argument.
Argument? It's only a discussion. When I argue, I fight. But never with you.
Prove it. I hear there's a minister on the mainland. Perhaps he's available. I'd like you to arrange for some sort of service for Erica.
Oh, what's the point? It's inconsequential.
Not to me. Why don't you want a service for Erica? Because you think she'll live again?
Because I know she can.
You must be mad.
In less than a decade, we took man from the earth to the moon. Nothing's impossible, believe me.
How can I accept your beliefs when you deny a force that's stronger than both of us? God.
Well, unfortunately, he and I aren't on speaking terms.
Stand back, Prince of Darkness. Bow to the ambassador of light. The mild zephyr shall conquer mist. Cooling winds draw heat. Bright light disperse the sirocco. Blinding fire shall burn away the darkness, and cooling waters blow away the vapors.
You'll have your minister again. Your minister of God, Allison. If I can find Reverend Matthew Dawson, I'll bring him back here with me.
The minister will need help to fight the devil. Ally him with the man who stands close to Jean-Paul Desmond. He will fight.
Who?
I see him as the Knight of Pentacles.
Clubs.
Circles. The cards have many names.
Oh, yes. And they all point in the same direction. Dan Forrest. I've sent for your Knight of Clubs. He'll be here today.
Good. Go help him find his way to Marjardin.
But you'll be all alone.
Oh, I'm never alone. The Great Spirit is always with me. Death must wait. There's too much to learn before we can drive the devil back to where he came from.
In my faith, there is no confessional.
You know who I am, don't you?
Yes, Mr. Desmond. I am totally aware of your power and position in the temporal world.
Well, ever since the moment I was born, every move I've made has been exploited by the news media. From adolescence to adulthood, I have been pressured, hounded, publicized in everything I did. Now, For the past 6 months here, I've finally found the first peace of mind I've known in my life. Until
what?
Reverend Dawson, I want to ask you to come back with me to my island.
Is it because of Holly?
No. And I'm not inviting you as a guest. I'm asking you professionally.
I'm afraid you'll have to explain.
There's something I want to know first.
Yes.
Will you hold what I'm going to tell you in complete confidence?
As a minister, I have respect for any confidence within the law. What do you want of me?
First, I want your solemn promise that you will say nothing about what you will discover on that island.
I don't make blind promises.
I must insist on this one.
And I insist that I cannot until I know. Now, what do you really want of me?
The funeral rites for my wife, conducted by you, an ordained minister of God.
What?
Until the day she rises again and returns to me, her death must be kept a secret.
You maneuvered me into a corner, Mr. Desmond. I've heard of cryonics, but I take no stand on it as yet. I only know that as a minister, I know your wife should have some burial service. I welcome the chance to give her that last service.
Then you will pack and be ready to leave immediately?
I'll meet you on the dock.
Good, thank you.
Give me 10 minutes.
Reverend Dawson, you leaving us?
My host has invited me to the island.
I'm glad to hear it. He may be the most important member of your house party,
Perhaps.
but not the last.
Who?
He's just arrived. Your friend and counselor.
Dan. What are you doing here?
I sent for him.
You? Why?
Banji sensed that something strange was going on down here and thought I might be needed.
Well, you thought wrong. Your place is not here.
Now, let's not pull rank. We've been through too much together for me to take that.
Well, I'm sorry. If it offends you, Dan, you can always walk away.
What is it? What's got into you? Jean-Paul, when you're making your business deals, withholding companies, juggling empires, I sit back and watch you operate in admiration. But something's out of whack here. Now, like that crazy signature, Jacques Eloi des Mondes, that you put on that last set of documents.
I didn't like the deal. I thought it was just as good to get rid of it.
But why the tricky business? Why not just tell me?
Look, do you have to go on and on?
Yes, because I'm concerned not only about you, but about Allison and Banji's warning.
Vanjie.
And my father's.
Stand back, Prince of Darkness, and bow to the Ambassador of Light. The mild zephyr shall conquer the mist. The cooling breeze shall draw the heat. Bright lights.
You've overstepped yourself, Dan. Go home. You're not needed here.
You can't shuck me off that easily. I want to see Allison. I want to know what's going on here.
That's none of your business.
I am your business. I thought you were mine.
You presumed wrong.
Well, then let us end this business relationship. What about Allison?
Allison is also no longer your business either.
What do you mean?
Get out of my life. And hers.
take your job. I'll take Allison.
Don't be a fool, Dan. You've worn out your welcome on Maljardin.
You won't get rid of me that easily. I'm coming to...
It could be your last trip, Dan. Quito.
You sit there turning up your crazy cards, reading death and destruction. Who? How? When?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to the police. Something's happened to Jean-Paul.
That'd be of no help. This is beyond them.
Well, it's not beyond me. As long as I've been fired, I'm going to take that vacation I've been promising myself, right here. And I'm going to find out what's rotting in this bright tropical sunlight, even if I have to blow up that lousy island. What do the cards tell you?
What your heart does. That a woman's in danger.
Allison? From whom?
The King of Coins.
But who is he?
That's the whole question. Who is he? Or which is he?